I haven't actually done the studio setup here, so not sure exactly how it's gonna go. If it's like the last one, then this is gonna start making noises. Now, give this a moment. I am setting everything up. I know my voice probably sounds a little bit funny. I'm shaking off a little bit of a lost my voice a bit. Let's see. I haven't actually done the studio setup here, so can't access. Sam will be joining us, so I'm just seeing the full link. All right, cool. So let's see. Uh, hello, everybody. So it's something where okay, I'm gonna do one more strategy. Yeah, hey guys. So in this, we're gonna drop a couple of updates. We're gonna share some exciting things that we're doing about Pichiu and the direction that we see overall, and we're also gonna be here to answer some questions. I'm gonna send this link to Sam. Get ready to go. There you go. Okay, I think that should do it. Brian, that crisp audio, yeah, man. We sniped out some Black Friday specials, and yeah, we got the non-potato camera. So I think this is the first time testing it in the wild. So it's been a lot of motion happening. Ah, fantastic! And there is Sam. Thank you so much. It's good to see you, Crypto Lady. Brian, Allman. Allman, it's been a while. It's been too long. It's good to see you here. Nate, yeah, it's definitely crispy. Hey, Sam, good to see you, my friend. Saying hello to everybody. All right, fantastic. Well, Sam, how are you today, man?
I'm good. Can people see me?
I believe so. Hey, if you guys are in the chat, just give a
No.
hello or something if you can see and hear Sam.
Hey, everyone.
Let's see. I have no idea why it wouldn't, but to be frank, I don't know if we did do a live with
I think
you
it was
Simon.
dialing, right? Yeah, it
Yeah,
worked.
yeah. So
Nice shirt. Gonna
yeah,
make
it's from the Miami event.
nice. Nice. I'm
Yeah,
enjoying it.
Wag me. We all gonna make it. Sam in the house. Okay, good. So Almond, thank you for letting us know. So, um, glad to hear you're doing all right, man. Well, I know we've got some big news.
We are. We
You and the
do.
team have been just grinding, and but hey, I'll
Absolutely.
let you get started. Why don't you share some of the big
Yeah.
news?
So, as everyone knew, right, we had a big push. Like I said in the last AMA, right, that Pichu is so close to launch. We just had a few things that we needed to sort out, which we have actually sorted out. So our code's ready. We passed all the audits necessary, and yeah, we're good to go. We're good. We're good to launch a crowd loan on Kusama before the end of the year. So we're really happy about that, right? We're so excited. Like the entire dev team is. I mean, we're all over the place, right? But I wish we had that. That's a situation where you all just meet with each other and celebrate, because you know we pushed and pushed and pushed, and we made it. We made it before the end of the year. So we're really excited about that. And what's fantastic is, despite what's happening in the market, the price of a crowd loan has never been cheaper, right? So the it's just it's a brilliant time to launch a crowd loan. It's just amazing, right? So I'm very, very pleased. I hope the community is happy. Please shout out to Camden and Logan. They're hidden in the scenes, but they actually do some work, right? So it's not just me. So please help me by saying thank you to them. Shankar, who's our ambassador, was also doing a tremendous amount of work, and he recently had a baby. So I'm not sure which is. Yep. I feel like we just had a baby. So it's celebration all around. So yeah, the big news is we're ready to go on Kusama. We can launch a crowd loan today, right? So for those of you who are near your computers, you can go to polka.js, go to the Kusama network. You'll see Pichiu there. You go to the parathread section, you'll also see Pichiu there. So we just need to set up a crowd loan and go for it. We can join these coming, there's an auction going on now, and there's another one next week on the 12th. And I think we said, we'll give the community some time, whether to unlock some KSM if they require, share some details on just give them some notice, right? But when it comes to the tech, we're ready. There's nothing to worry about. We're good. Another thing is the rewards, right? The original tokenomics Medium post said, you're going to get unlocked every month. That's not the case anymore. You will get. We'll update this with the new blog post soon. But the big news here is you can claim your rewards at every block, right? You get 30%, I think, immediately. And then for each block that happens on the relay chain, so on Kusama, you can claim rewards. So there are no more dumps on the 5th, right? This is amazing. This is one of the biggest pain points.
Well, not to mention, it's also, we've got the this was the final remember
unlock.
The final unlock.
The papers as well. Still have 3 months, but the private sales are gone. People who would have dumped have dumped already, and yeah, it's just we're going to. It's a very exciting time. I don't really want to discuss price because I'm a core team member, but yeah, the sell pressure or the narrative of the sell pressure is gone, and on Pichiu, there is no more set date. It's literally unlock whenever you want. You want to claim your rewards now, you can claim them. And it doesn't necessarily mean, if you claim them, you don't claim any further. No, you can claim it now. You can say, okay, I'm going to claim my rewards the day after the launch, and then let the remaining rewards build up. And then be like, you know what? I feel like claiming rewards, right? So on each block, it's amazing. So I'm pretty happy with that. Those are the massive news from the team. So I'll hand it over to you.
Sounds cool. I just want to note one of the things that's excuse me, sorry, my voice is out a bit. To mention is that the gentlemen working with us, Shankar and Logan, they're going to be joining us more here on the lives and actually interacting. We'll be creating something of a Kylin technical chatter time. We haven't decided what, just a coffee talk. Sam, love to have you join us as well, and really a time to geek out about whatever cool latest tech there is. And of course, going the machine learning route, there's a whole lot of exciting use cases, which what better way for us to be able to share than here. So it's something where I wanted to go one step about the auctions. It's not a one-time launch situation where you have to hit it and then, make it or else you fail. These are ongoing. So for example, if, one of the projects, they had raised 20,000 and someone else raised 30,000, well, instead of launching that week, they get deployed the next week.
Yeah.
It's something where it's an ongoing process. So for everybody who has their Kusama staked, it's okay. It's 7 days to be able to unstake it. We of course would like to have more time with, but we're going to make sure that there's as much support as possible to get the message out. We'll be doing a live every single day this week. I'll be here to answer questions as well as to explain or break down or any insights that people have to take it back to the team so we can explore other options. It's
Mhm.
something, well, where now having the Kusama parachain launched, I think what's most exciting that I'd love to hear, Sam, because I know we had talked about a couple of different um, yes, use cases we can do, what partners we might be able to provide. But I'd wonder when it comes down to once we get actually launched, how long do you think it would be until somebody could actually build something on the live Pichiu network? Just kind of like I guess
Yeah,
like a
so
measure for our developers out there.
yeah,
How
so
fast until
so
someone can build it?
that's kind of why we delayed the launch, right? We wanted to have a working product where when we launch, you're able to upload data and get query feeds immediately. Now, as soon as we launch, you'll be able to do that. The functionality is there. You're able to be awarded fees. Uh, the 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 focus really should be, or as soon as we launch, is helping the community build out their data providers, data sources, because that will then identify what they get rewarded. Right? It's really easy to spin up an API to return data. It's really easy. I think uh, over the next few weeks, we'll be looking at our partners now to see which ones are ready to call us, which ones require data, because that will then define the data marketplace, which is the UI to show what's available to be queryable, and for our partners to basically add their requests. I'd like this particular data set. I'd like it joined in this way, and then our community can look at, oh look, this particular partner wants this built. I can build that for them. Build it out. Tell them I've done it, and boom, you get query fees for every time they call it. All right, so it's really exciting, and that's exactly why we delayed. People, the community will always tell us when launch, when airdrop, for example. But we needed to ensure that we had a stable functioning product, and the there's been a tremendous amount of work that's been done to ensure a seamless user experience to launching and joining the network. You can go to the tech channel and speak to the community members who launched and joined us. They joined us on Cha Cha Cha, they joined us on West End, and they were more
Every
likely
step of
join
the
us on
way.
Summer. And it was seamless. It was like one or two lines of code, or one or two lines of bash commands, really, and up and running. They were syncing. So don't take my word for it, give it a go. Like, we are in crypto, so it's trust less, right? Go out and validate yourself. And that's what we're saying. Validate and see how easy it is to join the network and become a collator in the chain, right? So it's very, very easy. There's been a tremendous amount of work, not only on documentation, but just making it so simple to spin up and join the network yourself. So I think that's the focus over the next a few weeks, which would be getting the community up and running to provide data into the data warehouse and hence be awarded query fees. And two, looking at partner integrations and seeing what we can do. I think there'll be a lot of focus on building out the airdrop functionality, which we'll share more details on that soon. But right now, the focus was to get us where we are now, and we are where we are at the crowd loan stage. So I'm very, very pleased about that.
Well, fantastic. Well, I would wonder then the next thing that for sure anybody listening, watching the recording, perhaps we want to be able to engage with developers from any language background, whether it's Python or we build typically in native Rust, but C++. It's language agnostic, so long as you can tie an API endpoint that communicates in JSON, like sends JSON, returns JSON, excuse me, it can interact with us. And from there, it's as simple as we have a very long list of blockchain networks that desperately require massive amounts of data solutions, and we're going to have a marketplace available for people to solo or collaborate to be able to serve these data needs. And excuse me, it's something where we want to provide that opportunity. So if you'd like to learn more about how to interact and how to participate with this launch, it is something where by building, you have a piece of the query fees of whatever's constructed indefinitely. And so if that sounds interesting, for sure, hop on into our Telegram. We have a technical chat where it's a place that for people that are interested to learn more can follow along and join other folks that are also on this journey of learning to build various data solutions on blockchain.
Yeah, exactly. Please join us. The more questions we have. I mean, I was pretty pleased with how easy people found it, right, to launch Collator, and I think that goes to show how much the team worked on making that a seamless experience. Now we're going to take all that work and all the feedback we received, which was largely positive, and apply it to build out templates for people to spin up APIs, templates in Python, templates in Java. And this is something where our community can help. It's a very exciting time. And yeah, I'm very pleased with where we are.
Awesome, fantastic. Well, I'm thinking what we can do from here is I'll go over a couple of questions. In the meantime, something I do want to bring up for the sake of clarity, we will be dropping a Medium article within the next 24 hours about everything that we've gone over here in this AMA. And throughout the week, we will be doing daily AMAs. So that way, I don't know the exact times for them. We don't really have a schedule yet, but we'll be spreading them out. And for anybody who has a question, feel free to drop that into the Telegram, the official Telegram channel, please. And our ambassadors will round up the questions and then make sure that they can get to us on the AMAs live. So that way, if you're unable to make it, the recording can be available on YouTube. Now, one detail to go over, I can think of a few, is for the airdrop, we are going to be delaying that and launching immediately. It's something where in order to be able to move forward with this, we would have to develop the DApp, and to push that back and not serve partners potentially because of holiday season, people going on New Year's vacation, holiday season vacation, end of January maybe to launch Kusama doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So what we're doing is we have our team to go in and we're looking at different ways that we can get it built out as we go. What we're seeing is on the conservative range, 90 days perhaps to get the airdrop out, and on the faster range, if we really snipe it out, could be 30 days. So that's something where we're looking for solutions on the best way to tie the two wallets together between ERC20 and Polkadot.js, so or the Polkadot wallet. So anyway, we bring that up because that's one variable to be aware of that we want to make sure people know. It is still on the table, and the airdrop certainly will still happen. There's still 30% upfront on the Kusama crowd loan, and on top of that, the only way to be able to get Pichiu tokens is by participating, and it's built to be in favor of the community members that are here with us, that are in for the long run, that are participating and active and adding value to the community. It's something where we got to meet together in Miami. Sam, you were there in spirit. We were speaking a whole lot on Telegram, but Dylan and the developers talking about what can we do with Pichiu, like how can we build the connections, because it's a big question that is actually being proposed of every Polkadot project, which is what does the Polkadot chain project do and what does the Kusama one do?
Yeah.
And we see it's almost that there needs to be something that is the almost medium of exchange or social, it's almost like a leaderboard, so to speak, some kind of a system where it's able to denominate what type of value could be passed. Or maybe that's fire tweets that are being seen out there. Maybe it's really awesome data feeds. I mean, the guy who's able to crack is lengthening cycles theory true or not? What if someone actually breaks that with a data set built on Kylin? There should be a reward for that, and some kind of a thing that says this is a great data engineer right here. So it's something where we see that by increasing ease of use, creating a better user experience, and some form of gamification, making it to where it's fun to be able to, whatever application or website or solution a developer may be working on, that he might be able to But she might be able to monetize it further, not just
Mm.
in form of subscriptions, but to get creative with interoperating with NFTs across different networks, or perhaps having some type of a tokenization. All of this is just data, and wherever this exists, we're certain somebody's going to be coming up with this. We already have partners who do these types of solutions. There's going to be questions, and wherever those questions might be, data people are where the answers are, and that's, I guess, kind of the seed that we wanted to plant here.
Yeah, exactly. I think what something to also like take note of is a lot of the questions we're getting about exchanges. I mean, I touched upon this earlier
Yes,
in a previous
absolutely.
poll, and I said a lot of these exchanges are building the infrastructure to allow people to, instead of, I mean, they're incentivized to do this. They don't want people to take out their dot. They don't want people to take out their KSM. So they're building out the infrastructure for you to contribute to crowd loans. And when you contribute to a crowd loan, you're expecting a reward, right? So the infrastructure is there to get the token. So to me, it just doesn't make sense to pay you out this token that assuming you won, and then say we're not going to list it. Well, how are you gonna give out the rewards? It just doesn't make sense. So all these questions about tier one exchanges, once you really think about it and you realize they have to build out the infrastructure to contribute to crowd loans, then I don't know. I'm not going to say they will list us. It just doesn't make sense to me to build out infrastructure and then say we don't want to list because the volume is, or we don't want that volume. It just doesn't make sense to me. That's all. So yeah, so I think those were one of the main questions that we had. I don't know if we've got any further questions on the chat.
Yeah, it looks like I had a couple come in. Yeah. So someone had asked, is the mainnet released? So the mainnet, that's actually what we're releasing the first round, which is Pichiu on the Kusama network. We start off on Kusama is kind of like the
Canary network.
round. I'll say again.
The Canary network.
Canary network.
For example, what a question you had is why Pichu? What will you do on Pichu that you won't do in Polkadot, right? And some of the things are, you test out new features on it. You test out. You not only are you we want to build data visualizations about that entire ecosystem because it's a $1 billion ecosystem and you want to see what's happening there, right? And it wouldn't make sense to do that on Polkadot because Polkadot itself had a different ecosystem. But what about things like, if you remember, and I'm sure the community forgot about that, but we haven't, which is governance. We wanted to implement a governance application where people can propose ideas for the network, get paid out by the treasury and the dev fund, and vote on strategic decisions. The end goal for Kylin is to be a DAO. That part will be deployed to Pichu first, right? And we test out all these features. It's where we want to test out these ideas and features, and that's the whole point of the Kusama network, right? That's where the chaos comes in. We can't do that directly in Polkadot. So yeah, I'm very happy that our goal, our vision was always to be this tier one project on the Polkadot system. Us getting on Kusama is a very important step of that.
Absolutely. Well, it's one of those things where talking about governance and the dev fund especially, that decentralization is a major part of how we're going to be able to scale. I mean, if we take a project, it's fantastic that we have 50 plus partners, and there's many more that we'll be able to start onboarding as soon as we get through Kusama. But Chainlink is they've got to be at 1,000 by now. That's an order of magnitude larger than where we are, and we're quickly going to be expanding not just to where they are, but the industry as a whole is also growing. So the way that we get there is by working together, and the governance models and being able to figure out, well, in a live market with real money on the line, real value, real time, how does the system perform? How does the network perform? And these are the types of things that they really just can't be simulated very well on a whiteboard. And then there must be a place to test it out with limited risk. So on Polkadot, this is an environment where once a concept is validated and
Yeah.
has been proven to be safe and sustainable, imagine like if there's a bank run and everybody wants to go pull out their cash at once, but the bank maintains, only a couple $100,000 at any given moment,
Fraction. Yeah.
there's going to be problems. That's a systemic issue. So I share that because it was recently that I understood that the difference between Polkadot versus Kusama, it's hard to articulate, and it's one of those pieces that we're actually constantly looking to explore
Yeah.
interesting ways that people describe it. So these are the types of things we want to encourage people sharing. If you see these awesome breakdowns on social media, definitely share them. We want to be able to encourage this type of interaction, and pretty soon we'll find a way to gamify it. So now's a good time to start practicing.
Yeah.
Well, we're running on about 30 minutes here. I'm going to run through the chat. I think I saw a another question. Is there any way I can read up about staking and getting rewards, please? Yeah. So here's Sam. You want to?
Yeah, so the staking module's not been added yet to the parachain or the runtime, the Pichiu runtime. It will certainly be there by the time you go on Polkadot. But for Pichiu to get it out as fast as possible, we took out the stake. So there's no staking ability at the moment for Pichiu, but there will be by the time we reach Polkadot. And I don't want to give an ETA on the Polkadot launch because it really comes down to how this launch comes into play. But the realistically, like if the launch goes really well, which is I'm hoping because we tested it quite well, it's just now adding all these features. And we want to hear back. We want to hear from the community. Would you rather launch faster without the staking functionality, or launch slower, put it off by X amount of weeks or months, and have staking from launch, from day one? Like, this is where you give us your feedback. Now, I think part of what makes us unique, and I'm pretty proud of that, is we listen to our community, we listen to their feedback. When we launched Pichiu, even though the overall sentiment was positive, there were points where the community said, no, we don't want this, we want that. And we heard them. We listened to what the community said, and we changed the tokenomics to fit what the community want. That's because fundamentally, what will make us a successful project is our community. So we want to hear from you, right? This is your chance to voice your opinion on the overall strategy of the project.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Sam. Let's see, and knock out a couple questions here as well. What is the token release schedule? We have that broken down in an article on Medium. Bull's Hand, I don't know if you have that available. If you could drop that in the chat for them, it'll have a breakdown of the exact percentages of it. Yeah, I'm looking at the chats here, and I mean, across the board, it's the idea to have this done faster, and that's what we see is people want to see action.
You know what? I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree.
We want to see live queries, and I just saw a suggestion from Bullsand. It looks like he really commented about a dashboard that can show how much data is being uploaded, how much data is being queried, and yeah, we have all sorts of fun dashboards and data visualizations and experimental stuff we want to be able to try out. I'm so practicing on where to look at whenever I'm using.
Yeah, no, I've got two in front of me now.
Yeah, you're doing the same thing. But yeah, it's something where so we definitely will have dashboards, and for these suggestions, y'all, this is part of what the dev fund is for. Like if you guys have an idea, it's something where this is meant to be able to provide a bounty, to be able to say that, okay, we'd like to see this type of thing, 250, 500,000, 2,000 Kylin, break this down. And then now we have Pichiu where we can set up other different types of bounties, as we're calling them now, that are based around building out different things. And upon milestones, different pieces can be paid out, and it makes it to where we can really collaborate in a way that can share actual value. So the participation is not limited only to buying, holding, staking, anybody of a skill set, whether that is technical in nature or even non. If there's value that you see can be provided to the network, please share with us, because we are, I would say, for most hours of our waking days are thinking about how to make things better, and we absolutely appreciate feedback. And if there's a measure that is reasonable and makes sense, this is what treasury funds are for, and we are able to share this with the community.
Any further questions?
Yeah, it looks like we're just about wrapping it up. So I
Okay.
love seeing familiar faces. Let's see. We looks like we are at 29 watching live. That's fantastic, everybody. Well, thank you so much. We'll be coming back again tomorrow. So please, if there's any questions that are left, drop them into our chat. We'll get them all wrangled together, and then I'm super excited to be updating you
Yeah.
guys on where we're at with everything. So until
Yeah.
next time, y'all.
Thank you